Charlotte Flair, at the age of 33, is already a 10-time World Wrestling Entertainment World Champion. She is a second-generation professional wrestler who made her World Wrestling Entertainment main roster debut 5 years ago. Known by the nickname The Queen, Flair has proved her in-ring acumen over the years. The wrestling royalty walked out of the shadow of her father Ric Flair and went on to justify her sobriquet. Charlotte during her 3-day visit to India. Here's an excerpt from the interview where she talks about the rise of women's wrestling, the man Becky Lynch, and her relationship with World Wrestling Entertainment superstar Andrade, among other things. "Well, I'm honored to be here, but what's crazy is that it feels like yesterday, although it has been 3 years, and how much I've changed. The industry has changed, how much the women's division has achieved, but also the warm welcome that I received. I definitely feel like my presence is more known here. I got the feel how excited everyone was. The last time I was here in India, I was the Divas champion. I wrestled Summer Rae. It feels great, but sometimes I don't think I take the time to really reflect on what has happened. Like, I made it to the WrestleMania, that happened, but it still hasn't sunk in. People ask me to take the time to appreciate what's happening. I'm sure 10 years down the road, it'll be like, oh, I did that. But to have the opportunity to talk about World Wrestling Entertainment's brand and come to India and reflect on the history that I've made with the women in the division and what women's wrestling means to me and to the World Wrestling Entertainment universe as a whole, there's nothing that I love doing more. Actually, being here and interacting with fans feels so awesome. I feel like a superhero when I'm in the ring. But while casually walking from the gym to my room, I'm not like, yes, I feel like a superhero. You forget that sometimes how much you mean to people, but like meeting the contest winners and certain individuals here, all of them telling me I'm such a huge fan. You never want to take that for granted. It's so hard to pick one fight because every talent brings out something different. Like when I faced Becky in Evolution, it was different from when I was up against Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series. It was again different when I faced Sasha Banks at Hell in a Cell. Every fight is so different for me. I think that's what keeps me always in the picture because I'm able to adjust depending on the storyline. But I think the most pressure I've had in any fight was wrestling Asuka at WrestleMania 34 because she didn't have anything to prove, and I felt like this was my one opportunity to show what I'm made of, and did had many history-making moments before that, but that was a defining moment in my career. How do you feel about that? You don't think Becky and I make better enemies? It's one of those things. When it comes to Becky, we will come together to face a common enemy. The enemy, for instance, the Kabuki Warriors. If we have to get along for those 20 minutes, I think we can make that happen.